as glass. When the sons of Buenos Aires holler in chorus from the muck-blessed soccer field across the street, they're calling to me in the formal idioms their fathers used to ignore the ubiquitous feral dogs and the beggars of Recoleta. I understand just enough Spanish to fling back halfway to the park's paved border their summer-toughened leather ball and return to my hard-floor Palermo flat to phone my dad back in Jersey. Papa, I say, tu hijo habla. Of course, at first, he doesn't recognize my voice or even his own name. For I am speaking to him with an affection whose prepositions point in all the wrong directions. But for 6 full minutes, we are unfamiliar with one another's rage. For once, we are laughing at the same time. It's simple. We don't loathe one another in Spanish like we do in English. A language I've long known for its fluid burn, the way it rises from my father's ankles into his belly, from his torso into his limbs, like molten glass. This is why he and I can glare at one another for decades without moving, all the lexicons of sadness and delight turning cold and hard about every muscle and bone, twisting around the capillaries, flooding the metacarpal nooks, stopping in the esophagus, so with flesh, sinew, and gut, this human crucible were to fall away as it must. What's left is the clear anatomy of a man cast in language gone 77 years, unsummoned, the whittled wooden fans of his childhood, his mother's calesa rocking over vegan cobblestone, a whore's warm breast flushed against him like a good bottle of rum, cracked cathedral windows, some cots and soup, and all 400 years of horse dung poured hot through his bones. I know, I am there too. Sitting in a chilly apartment in Palermo, listening to the fading howls from the football field, the bold charity of a foreign tongue sweetening the image in my mind of this quickly aging man who whacked me and my brother silly with his leather belt. And down the street, I can still hear those boys teasing one another in Lunfardo. Maybe they're not too young to despise their fathers. Maybe they can already taste in the prayers they pretend to say before they sleep that petty venom distilling in their mouths. But not today. Not in this Castilian. For today, this speech of imperial thieves, this dialect of conquerors, this larcenous parlance I am taking back as my own. And every word of every tenderness I have failed to speak is already rising through my knees as glass. It is ancient and it is pure. It is not free of bitterness or grief. It is heating my very fingers as I write this. I want to learn to love more fluently, even if it means in English, I should shatter into the body of my father. I have one more poem by me, and then I just want to finish with a poem by Don Mabala. 2009, I got a Fulbright scholarship to go spend 4 months in the Philippines, and while I was away, I had all my things in storage, and certainly didn't have tenure yet, but I didn't even have a tenure-track job, so I was quite poor. And notices were coming, and I couldn't pay for the storage space. And they sold all my stuff off while I was in the Philippines because I couldn't do anything about it. The last thing are songs for when they take it all away. They take the books, the crates of 80s 12-inch singles, a few dozen letters from Manila, LA, Seville. They take my stinky trash can and cracked plastic chair, the rickety plywood shelves, 11 photos of my mother leaving me with one. They take the dim shots of my brother's young faces beside mine. They take away the clean sheets folded among the soiled ones, the hand towels stained with fevers and doo-doo, and official notices of all my debt stuffed in a box with 3 dead flies. Oh, and the tangled brush of a woman whom I loved for 1 whole week, which, remembering her, makes me lift my hand as if to propose half a prayer or to illustrate the best way to answer a deaf king is to drop a fist on a heavy table in place of blasphemy's last syllable. They take it all from a cold, rented 5-foot space, and when I can't pay, they cross out my name, double shack the gate, fill every proper form and price, the pitiful lot for the block. They call me up, cough up, over and over, say, explain yourself. Shame is like you're made of 10,000 beautiful doors, and every day you try to keep them all from flying open at once. They reach inside and take the boxes of shoes and old shirts, the third hand scratched up oak desk I heaved up 20 steps overlooking West Grand Ave with a battalion of metallic hands. They'll take away silence, they'll take away touch, they'll take music too, which is when I'll stand up alone and walk toward you and offer a few fingers for you to lead me on an empty floor and sway. They'll take the light, they'll confiscate my teeth and leave the knives with no handles. They take it all away. They take away weeping and take away laughter. Not last to go are the goats, as if I could forget the curses. And ha-ha, they'll take my eyes and they won't even eat them. They have taken so much. I am standing now somewhere at the end of a road which leads to a beach beside a sea that 1,000,000 ghosts keep crossing, leaving everything I once had, everything I've become, everything electric in a muscle to make one minuscule move again toward the beautiful, in that wacky wandering, in that bloody path, in that smoky inventory of a quarter century, in that ambling, in that sprint toward every gorgeous living thing, no matter how tortured or peaceful I am going. I am almost completely gone. I'm stepping away. Watch me as I leave the forks, I leave the hammers, I leave the bones. I am left with love. I leave the boiled coins, the thin shells of swans. I am left with love. I leave the latches and bolts open. I am left again and again with love. I leave and I am left again and again, and I can't seem to shake it. The rage leaves me and leaves me again and again, and love is left. It is all that is ever left. And today, I am blessed. I am the last thing burning. Thank you so much. I have to say, I didn't have a teacher of color until I was in my mid-20s. I was also a bad student. I actually flunked out of the university where I was a graduate. Made my way back clearly, but by my mid-20s, I still hadn't had a teacher of color. And then I was taught by the great Chris White, who was the bassist for Nina Simone. And he was my first, I had an African-American teacher. I think about the educators that are in the room. I think about this book. I think about Dawn. I think about how dramatically different the experiences of your children are going to be because of Dawn. I had to do all this work on my own. Didn't know where to find archives. I didn't even know how to read a goddamn book. But we have a critical mass of people who really care now. This is an important time. I'm so grateful to Gail. I'm so grateful to Dawn. I'm grateful to all of you. This is our work. Not just the research and the writing. There's those of us who do that. But this gathering, this remembering, this dancing, this singing, and above all, this listening. All of you all, not just listening to me, but the talk story of you all listening to one another. History becomes inscribed in our bodies when we gather like this. What an incredible gift, and thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this. This is Dawn's poem on the death of Pete Velasco, who of course is one of the organizers, along with Patrick Rosal and Larry Itliong. On the death of Pete Velasco, 1910 to 1995. I did not know you, Mano. I did not know your brown hands or your brown face, nor did I sit with you at a Formica kitchen table over Lucky Strikes and coffee to talk about the old days. I did not attend your funeral, too busy to leave work and school, and I learned of your passing in a sincere yet passionless email. I did not sit in front of you poised with my tape recorder, fitting your life into my theoretical frameworks, then leaving you alone with only your memories to keep you warm. I did not call you Uncle Pete or Tito or Lolo or any other name to show my respect to you, for if I had known you upon your death, I would have paid you the proper tribute, one fitting for a Pinoy hero. I would have made sure everyone around me knew that Pete Velasco was one of the last of a dying generation. I did not taste your sweet grapes or dunk pandesal into coffee with you, or laugh about white women in the taxi dance hall or the long summers in Alaska. I did not endure the burning sun as it baked my back and stole my youth as you did, nor did I know real work from the ends of pruning shears. I did not march with you long ago in 1965 in the dusty streets of Delano, sitting down in the fields, refusing to pick, Filipinos and Chicanos demanding justice and creating a revolution, and you were there, a tireless soldier. I did not learn at your knee the struggle of our foreparents, noble heroes and heroines, you who bore oppression and loneliness in search of the promised land so that I would know a prosperity so elusive for all your kababayan, you, Mano. I did not stand with you as you passed out leaflets about our struggle. I did not know that you alone became the last one to carry on the fight. We began in the UFW. I did not know this. I did not speak your name or quote you in research papers or seek you out for an interview. I did not do any of these things. I did not know you, Mano, but every year of my life, your hands fed me. And now, your spirit moves me. What I know is this, Mano. I can taste the salt of your sweat as it poured into your mouth, bent down in the long, hot asparagus season, and I will tell my children, and they will not forget that we are a strong and proud people who have always been hungry for justice. I know that we are not victims without voice, agency, power in the face of the white farmer or the racist cop or the ignorant teacher, because before I learned to speak, you were already there, Mano, shouting for me. And for this, Mano, utang na loob, I owe a debt to you from the deepest part of me. This I know. This, I know.